Hi everyone, this is Cindy Crane at the Heart, and I am back with another part of my back to school series. So I had just a series of projects that I'm making for the month of September, just along a school theme or using school paper and so on. So I will link to I think I went and put them all in one album so that they can all be found in one place. So what I'm working on today is frames. So we have lots of school pictures and we need a frame to put them in. This is a dollar, it's like a wood frame from Michael's, and you can get them in their little dollar area. And all I did was cover this with patterned paper. Now, the thing about the patterned paper, first of all, is that I put this on upside down, is that I'm using a 6x6 paper pad. So I had to like piece it, and it didn't piece together exactly the way that, they're going in different directions. That doesn't bother me at all, because I'm just gonna, post this, in my classroom or in my house. And so it doesn't really matter because I just put a picture in it and whatever. So this part right here is just a cut apart from the collection that I'm using, and it's to cover kind of an imperfection right here. I think it looks really cute. So all I have to do is put a picture here and it's ready to go. But I'm going to show you some other ways that we can use frames. So what I'm going to be using is my school collection. It's a doodle bug collection, very bright collection, and it's called Back to School. I have another one by Echo Park, but this is the one I'm kind of working with right now, and it's very cute. It's 24 double-sided papers. I believe it's a 2015 collection, so I've had it for a little while. So I'm also using this tool, which I am using for the first time. So I'm going to tell you honestly that it has a learning curve. It comes with a set of directions that I highly recommend that you try and follow, but I struggled with this tool. So I guess it's good to show you on camera so that you guys can really determine whether this is a tool that you really want or if you want to find other ways to make frames. So I did make this one, and I made a stand using, I'm going to show you what I used because this is a very cool thing. This is Lori Whitlock, and the number for this is 661919, and it is called Frame with Easel, 4-inch by 6-inch frame with easel. So it comes with everything that you see here, but this is the portion of the die that makes the easel. So you can use this portion with anything that you want to make an easel with. So that's why this tool is really, this die is really cool because you can use this for anything. So it takes me a while to kind of figure out how to put the easel on there. And so once you've got it on your frame, then it stands. You see that? Then it stands. So, right? It stands. So it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that it can stand. And then you could just put a picture right in here. So to make this using this frame punch, I'm going to do it like this so you can see everything. You cut your paper the size that you want your frame to be. Okay, the main size that you want this to be. I believe that I made this one, the one that I showed right here, I made this 4x6. This one, I forgot already because I cut it before I went to my son's baseball game, is 3.5 by 5.5. 3.5 by 5.5 is what I made this one. Okay, so what you do then is these little portions right here, this is how big you want your frame to be, meaning this width right here. This width right here that I'm using is a 1/2-inch frame. 1/4 inch is very skinny. Just so you know, it is a really, really skinny frame. I did not like it. 1/2 inch is a much nicer frame. So if you want it to be bigger, it'd be 0.75. or you could even do as much as a 1-inch frame. Okay, so basically that's what you decide that you want, and you can even configure it so that the tops and the bottom are different widths, but that was just way too complicated for me. So then what you do is then there's notches and numbers right here, and you put your notches at the width that you want your frame to be. So since I want this at 1/2 inch, it's at the 0.5 mark here and the 0.5 mark here. Okay, so that's how I want it to be. So then you stick it in there and you punch. Then you flip it over and you punch. Okay, then you punch here, the other side, and then you flip it over and you punch. Okay, and then you've got something that looks really weird like this. Okay, then you've got to do part 2. So I'm showing this to you just because it took me a while to figure everything out. Then what you do is you've got this little bar here and you're going to play, this moves. So you put it, and there's different numbers here. So you put it where you need to put it to cut your frame. So since I did a 1/2 inch here, then this little part right here, this bar is set at the 1/2 inch line. Then what you do is you put your paper up against that mark and you take your little cutter thingy and you place your cutter thingy in here, and then you just cut. Okay, and you do the same. Oops, you do the same thing all the way around. Okay, maybe there's an easier way to do this, but this is how I figured out from my trial and error of doing it. This is was the easiest way, and I'm doing something very simple. I've not gotten fancy with my frame at all. Okay, so if all goes well, it will work. Yay, mine worked. And you'll end up with a frame like this. Now, I tried really hard to do it so that I had the more Polaroid look where it was thicker at the bottom, but apparently I suck at it and I couldn't get it right to line up correctly. So I couldn't get it to cut properly. So it's just something that involves, playing around with it. Okay. So then you've got this frame that you can use any way you want. You have a lot of things you could do. You could just adhere part of it and leave part of it open so you can slip your picture in it, however you want to do. I think I'm going to go with my picture like this. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere. For this one, I'm going to only adhere 3 sides so that I can slip a picture inside of it if I want. So this is how I'm going to do mine. Okay, so now I've got this little doohickey like this. So I need a cheat sheet here. Let's see. So basically, you're going to fold it on the score lines. It's got little lines for you to score. And then you're going to, this part's going to come up. And then this goes. So you're going to end up with something that looks like this. Okay? Something that looks like this. And you can adhere it with score tape. I can't find my score tape right now. I mean, I have a ton of score tape, but it's hiding under a pile of nonsense that I have everywhere right now. So then you're just going to glue wherever you want your stand to be. So I'm going to try to center it as much as I can. And you're going to glue that down. And it's kind of magic. It works pretty well. And then, ta-da! it stands. So of course you can make these for anything in any paper for any occasion, and you can decorate it any way that you want, but because it's a back to school theme. So it is back to school ready. It's open right here, so I can slide my picture underneath, and then I can go ahead and seal this down, or I can even just place a picture there and glue it down however I want. And then it's a quick and easy, really inexpensive way to showcase a picture or anything else that's, going on in the school year. And I just think it's really, really cute. So hopefully that helped you guys out with that tool. If you don't even know about it, now you do. And you can see that since I showed you, it's pretty easy to use. I will tell you that the directions were pretty good, but they were also confusing at the same time, if that makes sense. So anyway, thank you for watching. This is Cindy with Create the